Good day, Crime Talk aficionados. It is January 12th, 2024, and I hate to say it, but we have a very disturbing story for you today. It will demonstrate that evil does exist in the world. Then Ghislane Maxwell, well, she's so broke, she's become her own jailhouse lawyer, and then our dumb criminal of the day. Let's talk about it.
Hi, lawyer.
Good day, everyone. My name is Scott Reich, and this is Crime Talk. Thanks for joining us. You know the drill. Subscribe if you haven't, like if you do, leave me a comment below and hit that little bell for notifications. And remember, you can always listen to us on any of your favorite podcasting apps. Yes, it is a short show today. Why? Because I have to go do some of that lawyer stuff. I've been off doing some of that lawyer stuff today, and now I got to go back and do it again. So let's go ahead and get to it. A very disturbing story. And obviously, we give everyone the presumption of innocence. But when it's on video, sometimes it's a little tough to completely give that presumption. But we will, unless and until somebody is found guilty or pleads guilty in a court of law. So, a former Galleria Mall employee. The Galleria is apparently a nice big mall down in Houston. Well, that's a gentleman, if I use that word rightly, the man, was charged for recording the sexual assault of two toddlers, ladies and gentlemen. You heard that correctly. Toddlers. And guess what? It involved at least 6 other men. So this guy, take a good look, Arthur Hector Fernandez III, is charged with sexual exploitation of children after the FBI said videos were found on a forum on the dark web by the Australian Centre to Counter Child Exploitation. And in the disturbing and graphic court documents, 4 videos were described in which 2 toddlers, who were males, were seen being assaulted by multiple men in different settings. And needless to say, the Australian Child Centre for the Prevention of Exploited Children provided them to the FBI. According to court documents, in one video, the FBI states that one of the toddler males was seen in what appeared to be a public restroom lying on a changing table being assaulted by one man, while Fernandez is allegedly the person recording the video. Now, the assault of the second toddler is in the other 3 videos provided by the child exploitation service down there in Australia. And it was described in court documents and seemed to be during different instances, one of which the child was seen what appeared to be on also a changing table. There are different men in each of the 3 videos, with Fernandez being in at least 2 of the videos. The toddlers were later described to be between the ages of 2 and 3 years old. Now, according to the FBI, they were able to identify Fernandez through the relatives of the 2 male toddlers, who identified the clothes of the children they were wearing when they were shown sanitized images of the video. Well, the relatives of the 2 toddlers also recognized the silver bracelet seen on one of the man's wrists in the video. Turned out to be Mr. Fernandez, which were apparently a chain-style bracelet with a dolphin charm and a solid beaded bracelet. Now, in one of the videos, a pair of white low-top Converse All-Star shoes were seen on the floor, and that's according to the arrest affidavit. When the FBI conducted search warrants on the address listed for Mr. Fernandez, coincidentally, they found 3 pairs of white low-top Converse All-Star shoes, various electronic devices that could store the abused material, as well as other electronics. Now, the court documents say that the relatives of the first toddler had been called into work at the mall on her day off, but didn't have time to find daycare for her young child. So she brought him to the mall. Fernandez, who also worked at the mall, offered to watch the toddler while his mom worked. What a guy. This is the only time Fernandez had been alone with the child per the mother. Now, this incident appears to have taken place back in May of 2023, according to the arrest affidavit, and it is also assumed to have occurred in the bathroom at the mall there at the Galleria Mall. Now, the Galleria Mall has a public restroom, private stalls, and coincidentally, changing tables. Now, the relatives of the second toddler described a similar situation where she brought the young boy to work when she couldn't find a babysitter, and Fernandez would offer to watch the toddler and walk him around the mall. Now, according to the relatives, Mr. Fernandez also watched the toddler 2 other times without her presence. One back in December of 2022 and another time on October 31st of 2023, so he could take the child trick-or-treating. We're talking about toddlers, ladies and gentlemen. They cannot even communicate when something is wrong or they think something is wrong. This is evil. Now, a lot of people think, oh, this just can't happen. It happens all the time. And there are very sick individuals that do this with toddlers. I've seen it in cases myself throughout the years. The only time I ever got nauseous looking at hundreds of autopsy photos, thousands of autopsy photos. But when I had to go view stuff regarding this, it was the only time I've ever gotten nauseous looking at crime scene evidence in my time as an attorney. It is the most disgusting thing ever. And these animals, and I use the term animals to describe them because that is what they are. They prey upon children this young so that the children cannot communicate to their parents that something took place. Have we said before? If someone's going to be assaulted, it's usually by somebody you know. Somebody trying to get close to your kids. Keep your kids close. Keep your kids safe. Evil exists in the world, ladies and gentlemen. Protect your kids. Next on the docket, Ghislane Maxwell is so broke she has become her own jailhouse lawyer. That's right. She is now representing herself in court and filed legal briefs on a prison typewriter. The former socialite has been left unable to afford an attorney after paying lawyers for her criminal case, her divorce, and then years of litigation from all those guy named Jeff's victims left her what she calls now financial constraints. So in a case that she filed in the United States Virgin Islands against that guy named Jeff's estate, well, she's trying to recoup her legal fees from the 2021 criminal trial. Now, Miss Ghislane Maxwell has been forced to submit filings through the mail since she cannot file them electronically from the federal prison in Florida, where she is serving that 20-year prison sentence for trafficking, once again, in minors. Apparently, she's been able to muddle her way through the process by doing her own filings and using the prison library resources that are available to her. She describes it as saying that she is in a technological black hole and therefore apologizes for the handwritten notes as well as the documents being on a typewriter instead of a computer. Now, this case was originally filed back in March of 2020 against the estate of that guy named Jeff, 7 months after her former lover/employer committed suicide in that Metropolitan Correctional Center detention facility. And Ms. Maxwell claims that she has incurred significant legal fees, personal security costs, and other expenses during her work for her time working for that guy named Jeff between 1999 and 2006. And Ms. Maxwell claims that that guy named Jeff, before he hung himself, allegedly, promised to pay any legal fees. And apparently this was repeated to a guy by the name of Darren Idke, who is apparently the longtime lawyer for Ghislane Maxwell's former boss, that guy named Jeff. But guess what? That is hearsay, and it is not going to be admissible in court. But I would bet that the estate of that guy named Jeff has a few bucks. You think they'd step up and pay her bills? No, they're not. Of course not. Of course not. Anyway, Ms. Maxwell has requested a stay for more time to retain new counsel. She thinks she'll be able to do that after the criminal appeal is resolved. We'll have to wait and see. Ghislane, it's gotten so bad, even she is becoming her own jailhouse lawyer. That's how it all starts, ladies and gentlemen. And finally today, a quick show, a quick dumb criminal of the day. Take a look at this guy. He was arrested on Friday for charges of 5th-degree criminal mischief and 1st-degree trespass. Who was arrested? Douglas Paul Kustra. His arrest came from applying paint to his neighbor's plants. Now, Mr. Kustra is on video, apparently, going to the property of his neighbors and painting the plants, and he's also admitted to going there. Now, the value of the plants, wait for it, $40. No explanation as to why Mr. Kustra painted the plants of his neighbors. Mr. Kustra, unless I hear a good explanation, until then, you are a dumb criminal of the day. Congratulations. All right, ladies and gentlemen, short show today. Like I said, got to go do some of that lawyer stuff. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next week. And remember, the Constitution matters.